every time that I have some people come here first time and try, like it's always like a white belt they've been training maybe for 1 month, and they open mind to help, because when they came, they have someone that want to help them. And then, you know, like I don't tell much about it, you know, like I just like little by little, they get to know me a little bit, they get to know the students, they get to know the vision, that idea that we have here in our school. And then they will decide what they want to do it, you know. Like people like to spar, you know, like we cannot spar like a street fight every day, right? Like a self-defense, but you can spar jiu-jitsu every day. So like this, you know, talk about like jiu-jitsu self-defense, you know, like blah, 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 blah. Jiu-jitsu sport, berimbolo, you do berimbolo on the streets, like you're gonna get punched in the face. It's like, I can't understand that. And then I think this is just make jiu-jitsu weak. You know what I mean? Like I said, jiu-jitsu is all the same. It's just like the choice that you make. You wanna do more self-defense, you wanna do more like a basic, you wanna do like a competition style. You can choose whatever you want, but it's only one jiu-jitsu, you know what I mean? I started training with one of Draculini's students. You know, like I said, I got involved in, you know, like it was kind of different jiu-jitsu, like kind of like a very, very different, you know, traditional jiu-jitsu. The first time that I actually have the first try in jiu-jitsu was in my city, small city. You know, like my professor taekwondo was a jiu-jitsu also, you know, so his name is João Andrade. He's actually coral belt. So then, you know, like when I moved to Belo Horizonte, that I started to train jiu-jitsu for, it was like one of Draculini's students, Cristiano Lazzarini Chichi. So I trained Chichi like you know, until I got my black belt, back and forth, Chichi and Draculino, you know, so both is, I consider my professor. Draculino is my master, of course, you know, like my mentor, and then Chichi is like my coach, my professor, you know, my mentor as well, so both is like, I have a lot of respect for them. Switch your base and grab his pants, the bottom pants. Yeah, then lift your leg, get close to him. Yes, now he can turn, then he turn, push the bottom, step over, get him on, that's it. I compete in the same time, you know, like I think when I start to train, I start to compete, you know, it's the same amount of time, you know, like 18 years, you know, like it's been close to be like 20 years competing, you know, so I'm having some fun, and then it's still counting, you know, like I don't know until when, so maybe forever, maybe until I can't do it anymore. I remember the first competition, I remember the first time that I competed in jiu-jitsu was like a kind of trial, you know, like back in the day, we used to do a trial to go on the competition. You know, I was just start training, and then my professor teacher, oh, we're gonna have a trial for like a state tournament. It was a small tournament, then you need to do a trial in Draculini school. And then I'm like, okay, I thought there would be like something, I go there, have one fight. I went, they have a match like kind of like this size here, and then they have like, I'm not kidding, like maybe 500 people. All the Draculini students they used to teach have the students. You know, I think I have like 6 fights in my bracket to qualify to go to the tournament. The tournament used to be way hard, or the trial used to be way harder than the tournament. And then I remember, you know, I lost to the guy that won, you know, like the trial. And then the guy lost the tournament, then I won the tournament. But I lost in the final, the trial, and then, you know, I went there, and I won the tournament, so it was pretty fun. It was a good experience, unforgettable. I still remember until today, you know. The first time I competed in Worlds, you know, like, it was blue belt, and then, you know, like, I was already doing pretty well in the competition, but blue belt, I think it was a big learning experience for me, you know, so I did good, you know, but the blue belt is the only time that I did win the Worlds. I got 3rd place, you know, like, so I don't have the gold medal. It's kind of sad for me, you know, because I really wanna win the Worlds in every belt. If I could go back on time and then restart to win the blue belt tournament, I'll do it, you know. But on the same time, you know, like that was a learning experience for me, you know. Like I learned a lot on the match that I lost, you know, and then that actually, you know, like taught me for the next tournaments that I won, you know. So, bottom of the line, it was a very good experience on my blue belt time, and then you know, I learned a lot. You know, I learned a lot about competition. I learned a lot about myself. You know, and then for sure, I think it was one of the belts that built up my base as a competitor. As a black belt, going there was the first time, you know, like I felt very confident, you know, like I was brown belt, you know, like, and then, you know, like I was trained already with black belts world champions in my school, you know, like we had like a powerhouse in Brazil, you know, like one of the best Brazilian jiu-jitsu school. Draco have so many good guys, so many black belts that I was training, and I was confident, you know, like I knew it since our blue belt, what I want to do it, and then I knew it for real, you know, it was something that it was inside, you know, and then I went there, and then I did pretty good in my mind, you know, like I closed out with a teammate, you know, like the first time competing as a black belt, and then, you know, like it didn't feel like I won, because it was closing out, you know, and then I really want to, you know, fight the final and then win the gold in my own. So, but, you know, like at the same time, I felt like, man, I did already pretty good, but, you know, like I want more, I want to do it my own. And then next year, in 2007, was actually when I felt like, okay, I won the awards as a black belt, because I went to final, I fought such a great guy, you know, a legend of sports, Saulo Ribeiro. And then many other guys, Saulo was the guy that I used to see, like, competing, you know. And then that felt amazing, you know, like that felt like a mission accomplished, you know, something that I dreamed, and it seems I was like really young, and then I believe it, you know, it wasn't something that I was just doing for, like, I'm doing and then maybe I'm gonna become a black belt world champion. You know, it was everything that I did was playing, you know, become a black belt world champion, you know, like, and then when I got there, you know, like when I did, you know, like I just act like I've been there before, you know, on the other belts, and then it was an amazing feeling, you know. It's like it was pretty good. You know, I fought the best, you know. I just few guys on the new generation that I haven't fought yet, you know. But I think I take the match that I learned most, you know, like sometimes I didn't win the match, you know, like, but I learned a lot, so I take that as a good memory, you know, like I have matches against, you know, like the best of the best. I have matches that, you know, like the only guy that actually was able to tap me twice, it was Roger Grace, and then I learned so much, you know. I just watched the match for the first time, maybe 1 week ago. You know, I was just home, I'm like, let me watch this, you know, and then I watched the first match, and I watched the second one, and then, you know, like by watching the match, and then see how much I grow after that match, you know, like how much I understand about jiu-jitsu, about myself, about confidence, you know. And then even that I didn't win that fight, you know, like it was a great experience. Xande, Ribeiro, you know, we had great battles, Lovato, André Galvão, you know, like I grew up competing with brown belt. And then after the brown belt, he went to fight MMA, UFC, stuff like that. Was Vini Magalhães, Pezão. You know, like we had great matchups growing up as a, you know, blue belt, purple belt, brown belt. Man, it was like so many guys like that I fought that, you know, like that I had good experience, and then I have a good memories, you know, like that. I think that's the names that come to my mind right now, but I'm pretty sure that's a lot of more, you know, like a lot of more. Even if I haven't win the fight, you know, like those guys that I just mentioned, some guys I won some fights, sometimes they won. I fought Saulo too, you know. I think I fought the best guys in my time, fought the best guys on the one generation before mine. I fought the best guys on the new generation that is right now. And then I'm still competing, I'm still feeling good, you know, like still like looking forward great year, 2015, you know, like fight against some of the new upcoming guys, and then, you know, have the chance to fight like in my black belt career to 1, 2, 3, 4 different generation of black belts. You know, like I guess, you know, like I change a little bit the style, but bottom of the line, you know, like it's a competition, you know, like everybody up there, it's like they are competitors, you know, like there is a time that, you know, like that's a bit different type of game. In my idea, you know, like I involve myself in jiu-jitsu more and more when I compete, you know, like I go into competition with the open mind of like, you know, like play my game and then bring my best, you know, like I always do my part on the training and the preparation. And then when I go in the tournament, it's pretty much like, you know, just like perform and then perform well and then see what happens. You know, sometimes I win, sometimes I don't, you know, but one thing that I can guarantee is like if I did win is just because, you know, like the guy they did better than me, you know, like I have no doubts that I was a weak preparation or something like that, you know, like for me it's like this is the journey of like to be well prepared, to train hard, to do everything you can do to go there and then perform well. And then the victory is something that is natural, so defeat is the same way, you know. So I can win or I can lose, but one thing that I always preach is to be well prepared and then do my best to get there and then perform well. I have all type of students on my school, you know, sometimes people, because, you know, like my guys always do pretty well in the tournament, you know, like, but I don't know how many students that I have on this school here, but I have all type of people here, you know. But like I can guarantee you that 5% of my students are competitors, and then the rest is people they do jiu-jitsu as a lifestyle, you know, like I learned with Draculino that jiu-jitsu is not about only competition. You know, competition is a short period of time that people is gonna compete, and then, you know, like they're gonna be very tough, but this is a lifestyle, you know, and then it's to change the way that people is gonna live, and then it's something that is addictive, that involve a lot of the person, you know, like he create a family environment on our school, and then, you know, like you teach people all kind of things, you know, like I don't know why, but jiu-jitsu, you know, like you young, but you get very wise because you get so much experience in life, you know, like through jiu-jitsu that, you know, like you can pass this for people that maybe it's much older than you. And then my idea of like, you know, have a jiu-jitsu school, it's be able to give everything, you know, like give people opportunity to learn jiu-jitsu, change people's life, you know, like make them a better person. And then for the guys, they want to be a champions. You know, like I said, you know, like you need to have someone that you trust. You know, like I'm here give 100% with those guys that like to compete. You know, like they see me training. You know, like they see the way that I do it. You know, like they can train me, they can touch me, they can see that I'm made as a, you know, skin and bone just like them. And then, but it's just like what is inside. You know, like what's the real thing. You know, like. Every time that my students have a tournament, you know, like I have a conversation with them. Sometimes it's gonna be a good conversation. Sometimes it's gonna be a pretty bad one, you know, like. But you know, like I'm an honest person, you know, like you tell me that you want to be a champion, you know, like you gotta be different than other people, you know, like everybody wants to be a champ, everybody wants to train hard, but what are you gonna have inside here, you know, like what's your desire, you know, what's your confidence, you know, like is everything you're putting together. You know, like that's what actually is gonna make you champion. Actually, is a lot of things combined. Being a good person, you know, like be nice to people, help the others, expect the others win even if you don't. You know, like don't try to hurt nobody, not hurt like maybe not even like a hurt like as an injury, but hurt them like was something that you're gonna say. But always be honest, you know, like, and then show them what's really about to be a champion. You know, like. On and off the mat, you know, like, and then expect them to fall and then to, you know, like to do the best and then maybe accomplish their goals, you know, like my schools, as we just see here, is not a lot of people. That's these guys that I train pretty much. Eventually, when they get close to the tournament, we have way more people. They come all over the world, you know, like have a lot of good guys here. But, you know, like, one thing that I have, I made champions, you know, like I made absolute champions in my short career here. I made away like 5 absolute champions. I make black belt world champion, you know, like so color belts world champion. And then I don't have like a lot of guys, you know, like I have maybe 10, 15 guys they train for competition. As you see here, I don't have a bunch of stars here in my school, you know. I have rise stars, and then, you know, like, and then one day they're gonna be stars, you know. But it's like a, you know, like this is like to have like all the school, they have all these students, and then here we have like, you know, like 300, you know, the 300. So, but you have the guys that are willing to do everything that takes to be the champions, you know. So I go on the tournament, I go on the World Championship every year. I don't expect to have less than 5 gold medals on the World Championship. 5 gold medals in a school that have like 15, 10 guys that train for real. So that's not bad, right? So some people, they can combine all the schools all over the world and they're not able to get 5 world champions. So that's, I'm very happy what I have here. I just would like to say thank you so much for all the support over the years. You know, like, thank my students to believe on me and believe, you know, the things that that I'm able to show them. And then I can tell the people that follow me, my fans, that they can look for 2015. You know, like I'm very fired up to go and then have a great year. You know what I mean? Like still a lot to accomplish. I'm feeling really good, very confident, and then I'm very looking forward for the season. Looking forward to bring the hit like every single year that I've been competing. They haven't been different. And then I can guarantee all you guys, until I compete, is gonna be the same. Every time I step on the mat, I'm gonna shake hands, and then I'm gonna bring the hit. That's it.